Huh?
You can't bring that in here?
Yes I can. I deliver here all the time.
Yeah, but we don't allow any vehicles in here. You can't take that inside.
I'm just picking up food and leaving. Security. Like, you have 3 other fucking security guards who've said they never had an issue. Fuck off. Yeah.
Just so you know, this is going to be your last warning with this. I was just informed you were told this today, yesterday, and the day before. You cannot have this bike in the building.
Here's 2 of your security. I've been told I can't ride in here one time, and that was 2 days ago. And that was okay. That's fine. I hopped off, I walked it, no issue. I've never had any issues with any of your security, including these 2. They're totally fine, as well as the guy that told me not to ride it yesterday.
Okay.
I do deliveries. All I do is go to Din Tai Fung and I leave. I cannot leave this outside. It's going to come in with me.
I understand that part, but from my boss, this is your final warning. If you do bring that in again, you're going to be banned from the property. You can't do deliveries at all.
Well, cool. Take it up with your boss. I don't care. You are the only person who's had an issue with this entire time. For Victoria? There you go.
Appreciate you.
Pleasure. Have a good one. Fucking
28.
deal with this shit. That's what we're gonna do. How much fucking video do we have? Go. We got 2 hours. Thank you. Right. Hey, can I go talk to your boss?
Huh?
Can I go talk to your boss?
Yeah, briefly.
Because I've only been told one time, and that was just to not ride this through here.
Yeah,
and then I didn't have any interactions with you or the other lady that had any issues. I didn't have any interactions with the dude yesterday who, other than him being like, hey, man. And I was like, hey, fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I hopped off and I walked out, and then whoever the fuck I just talked to was throwing a hissy fit, acting like I was gonna get banned. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm delivering food, and I won't ride through.
Yeah, that's the only problem is just riding through. That's all I know of.
Right, but then she was like, well, my boss, I just talked to him, because I like told her. I didn't say fuck off, but I said fuck off. And I went and got my food. And then I came back, she's like, sir, actually, so my boss said, like, you've been told multiple times, and if you have, like, if you come back and bring that inside again, you're gonna be banned, like, you won't be able to pick up at all. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And I went and delivered my food, and I came back because I was like, let me make sure this isn't like somebody else that is having an issue, because it's not me.
Yeah, I'll double here.
Okay.
Because if you go up to the second floor, it's kind of hard to catch.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, my brain is not all the way here.
No, you good.
Make your system.
And it's rainy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how it was yesterday. I was like, just tired all day.
If you go to the second floor, it's gonna be those double black doors, and you're gonna walk in. It's gonna be to your right. It's gonna be a little office.
Cool. Hey, who's the security boss person?
I mean, a director? Are you recording?
I am, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
I got
that's fine. Either way, I guess like we could both turn it off, both turn it on. I don't care.
It's up to you.
Okay. That's a body cam. I don't care.
Okay. Yes, sir. How can I help you?
I just got told by one of your security people when I was trying to do a pickup that this couldn't be taken in here because it was a vehicle or whatever. I've had multiple interactions with security with all the like one of the girls who I just talked to who radioed up here, and then another lady that was older, and then a dude yesterday. None of them have had any issues. The one dude yesterday was basically was like, hey, don't ride that in here. I was like, okay, fair. I hopped off and I walked it. But then the blonde lady, white girl, I don't know, who harassed me when I first got in here today. She came back. She was like, my boss just said that this is your final warning. If you come back in here with that, like, you're banned. And I'm like,
I mean,
I haven't been told it's a problem once. And then she's like acting like it's a big thing. It's like all I do is go to Din Tai Fung, pick up an order, and I leave. I don't ride it through. I have done it a couple times, but once I was told not to. Yes. Once I was told not to, I stopped immediately, and I haven't since. Just trying to pick up my orders. It's that doesn't leave my sight because it simply doesn't. It's $3,000. It's not getting left outside unlocked.
I get that. It's just something we pretty much been implementing lately because a lot of people, as you can tell, has been abusing, our basically our kindness.
Right. You're asking them once, and then they're being like, okay, and then they do it anyway.
They do it again. So that's like multiple things. So I hear what you're saying. I think that's my director right there. There he is.
Hey.
He'll pretty much help you with any kind of concern.
Awesome.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Okay, so I was talking to him. So all I do is deliver food. I haven't had any issues with any of your guys' security. Yes, I have ridden through a few times, I'll admit. But as soon as I was asked not to, which was like 2 days ago, I think, last time I worked, a couple days ago, I hopped off and I was like, oh, okay, I got told, got it, won't do it again. And then I came in today to pick up an order, and the issue with the blonde girl that happened, where she just was like, went off like I was going crazy. I'm like, I have videos of like talking to security with me walking it and not having any issues.
Yeah.
What? Because I record all of my, like, when I'm working and stuff. I just wanted to make sure, but then she was acting like her boss said that I was going to get banned if I came back again and walked it through here. And I'm like, whatever. And I went and I did my delivery, and I was like, you know what, let me come back and actually, because I doubt that's what happened for real, let me talk to people. So is it cool as long as I don't ride it? Because that doesn't get left out of, there's no real good way to lock it.
You're in a real pickle with the type of device you have. So basically what the mall's looking for is for people not to bring in bicycles, scooters, things of this nature.
Right. Technically, that's not.
Of course. So, I mean, I imagine you could secure it to something if you had to, but it's really not kind of like the same thing.
Right. It's like I don't even own a lock for it because it always comes in with me. I don't really have any issues with any other buildings or anything like that. Never had any issues. I have had a couple issues like this with malls because other people done stupid shit, and then usually when I talk to them, I'm like, look, as long as I'm just here to do pickups and I don't ride it through, am I clear? That's basically what I'm really getting at here.
Yeah. Is there any way it can be carried?
75 pounds, I'd rather not. I can, but I'd really rather not.
Okay.
The tires, rubber, same shit your shoes are, so. Like I said, it's largely a non-issue, it doesn't mark or anything like that. I'm just basically looking to be like, can I just do my pickups as long as that's all I'm doing and I'm not riding through. I'm dressed pretty distinctly, so I know you guys could definitely tell which one I am on the cameras.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not really comfortable saying. I'm just going to call the mall manager.
Okay.
Well, assuming that we can just get a straight answer that way. Because I don't really see the issue with it being wheeled. I mean, there's always like it can bring
Yeah, we
water
don't
and
see no
stuff.
Right. Like it's a suitcase.
It's too heavy to be. Hey Jessica, how you doing? You're okay. I was hoping you could. I mean, I could be feeling better than this, but I'm not feeling worse.
Real. I woke up with a allergy throat too. Like everybody I've talked to is like, today's awful.
We contact people with bikes and scooters and stuff like that. We have a kind of a unique situation of somebody that's got a electrical
Unicycle.
It's too heavy to carry, but can be easily walked through them all. Now I know there's still like the risk that generates, but it also can't really be secured outside. This belongs to somebody who's delivering.
Yeah, I'm only inside for like
10
minutes tops.
Okay. I think that would make everybody happy. Yeah. Of course. Thanks, Jessica. Have a good rest of your day. All right. Bye. So her decision was that you can walk it, which you can, and you never leave it. So you just always have it. You don't leave it anywhere or anything like that.
Okay.
And that's going to be all right.
Okay, cool.
And we'll circulate that on our team as well. So
Sweet, thank you.
Yeah.
By leave it, you just mean just like don't like ditch it somewhere in the mall.
Okay, so,
okay, like if I lean it against the wall to grab the food from Din Tai Fung and then pick it back, like it's fine.
But it needs to go in with you.
Okay, as long as it's in,
So-
as long as it's next to me, basically.
So you would know better than me. I've never picked up food, but they just give it to you at the counter, right?
Yeah.
so
I usually just lean it
in-
against like the wall, like next to me, because it's just to not have to hold it. But I can hold it too if that you need it.
So if you can do that,
Okay.
that'd be good. I'll let my team know to pass that around, so we've got this covered.
Sweet.
I really appreciate your time and patience.
Honestly, I appreciate the workaround here, because like it's one of the things, like they're designed so that we can take them everywhere, but then you do still have, especially like a lot, since most malls are owned by Simon Malls and they're laid out kind of similar. I know I like have to like be like, hey, look, I know you guys have anti-bike rules, but like there's an exception here because it's a weird device. Like,
Yeah.
let's work here. But I appreciate the effort.
Of course.
Yeah, I won't ride through. I'll also send it out in the group chat to be like, hey, don't ride in this mall, just in case.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if anybody else is riding these specifically through here, but just in case, I'll put it out there.
There's always something, and then there's always a new guy, right? So as soon as you're done,
That was me today. Yeah. I'm a van lifer, so I got up here like 3 weeks ago. That's just about when you started seeing me.
We usually have people with bikes, and it's like no matter how often you talk to them, and it's the same problem over and over. It's like they don't have a lock because they don't want to leave it downtown.
Yeah.
So it's like I get that, but like you're kind of making this a me problem. Really, it's a you problem. So, but today, obviously, the mall's able to come through for you. So.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Nope.
it. Yeah. Whichever.
You know, you're good. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, of course. Have a good rest of your day.
Oh, there's so much more. So that is how you set precedents. Even when the first one you tried to set doesn't work. Yeah, my general precedent is that we should be able to ride basically anywhere. Like that anything else with wheels is allowed, like electric wheelchairs, anything else, because it realistically has no difference in what it is, and it is technically a personal mobility assistance device. Technically, like, like there's electric, wheelchairs that can go 30 plus miles an hour. So realistically, this is not that different than that on paper level. Now on a, we all know it's not the same thing, but on paper, which is what matters for real safety, they're technically, realistically, no different. Yeah, so that's the thing. That thing. I like it. Perfect example. That one probably doesn't go that fast, but I've definitely seen ones that were like chunkier that go much faster. I understand. So like I said, what I do is, until told not to, I try to set the precedent by riding respectfully and very much in control of the vehicle, but like respectfully and responsibly, but riding inside of places. That way, if it's somebody who doesn't, that way, whether it's somebody who makes the rules or not, they have a good interaction with a person who's like, yes, he's riding through there, but he's clearly not an issue, which sets a new precedent to, like, be like, oh, okay, these people are reasonable, especially if they mostly see me, and like a few other like respectful, like responsible type riders. Then you don't have an issue. You set a new precedent, and it is for a thing that hasn't existed before on their radar, and you don't have issues for like a long time, because everybody who's working there understands that, like, hey, this person, these people are like respectful and like aren't like punks, damaging property and shit. Then if you get in trouble, what you do is, okay, setting the precedent that way didn't work this time, right? It works that way for like a vast majority of things, and you aren't able to like you aren't always able to sit down and talk with whoever makes the rules to like try to set a new rule every time. That's not realistic, unless that's like your entire job. So the best thing you can do is set the example that you want to be able to see and do, and only deal with the sitting down and talking to. Okay, we're back. So the best you can do is set the good example while you can, and then like just by doing what you want to be allowed to do in the space, and then if when you have an issue, like I did with the security guard that I've never seen before today, that first one, because I've seen the second one, she's been fine. That first one, wanted to throw a hissy fit, and it was like, no, that's not how we do this, because you have no basis to talk like that to me when I've not been warned multiple times. I've not been warned once. I've been told one single time, hey, can't ride that in here, and I went, and I didn't even, you guys saw it on a previous post, because I'll post that one before this, that it wasn't even an issue. He barely even got it out of his mouth, because as soon as he was walking up to the escalator, I knew what he was gonna say. So it was like, all right, no worries, don't worry. I was like, don't ride. He's like, yeah, don't ride. And he's like, it's cool, but like, yeah, you can't. I was like, all right. At that point, I was already off of it. I know the rules. I know what the rules probably are. They're not technically like. EUCs do not fit under their definition technically, which means you get to rework them a little bit. So they're going to be reworked regardless. They're either going to be reworked to ban EUCs as well as everything else, like comma EUC along with bicycles and scooters, or they can, when they're going to be inevitably reworked, you can already have a precedent for like, hey, they're gonna like, just don't ride them in here, like, and it's fine. You have to be able to play that game just as much as playing the pushing the limits game. If you only do one or the other, it never works. It doesn't. It's not as effective. If you do both simultaneously, it's very effective, as you guys just saw. Because how many places have you guys seen me ride through? Nobody's ever had an issue. Nobody has an issue, and I do that dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times, and nobody ever says a word. And then occasionally you get something like this where somebody has an issue with it, and it's usually a miscommunication issue that like creates the issue, because clearly the first girl didn't have a clue that who she was talking to was not who she must have thought she was talking to, because you can't give me a final warning when I basically haven't been warned at all. arguably I've been told one time, and that's like at most, and that was extremely light. You know, it wasn't like he was yelling at me or anything like that. So it was like, it was light, it was respectful, it was not an issue. She came on way too strong over something that wasn't real, and that's what I had a problem with. Like, no. I've had at least three separate interactions with your security people, and I've never once had so much as like in even the slightest issue. The one time was 2 days ago, and that was the, you know, like, hey man, and I was like, yeah, all right, no worries, and I hopped off immediately, and I have not ridden through since, including today. So there was no precedent for her to be throwing a hissy fit. She's security. She's trying too hard. That's what she's doing, realistically. But like, whatever. That's why I was like, after, and then to be like, oh, you're gonna get banned if you come back next time. Like, no, I bet I won't actually. But you know what? Let's go back to like nip this in the bud real quick. So did my delivery, came back, and then you guys saw what just happened, and it wasn't an issue. Because reasonably, it's like, again, EUCs are not illegal and not legal, and there's rules for everything except EUCs right now, because we're inherently a weird in-between device that doesn't actually technically get covered by any specific rule, like ever. And also, anybody who looks at them and goes, oh, hey, that, you know, pretty much anybody who sees them in person understands that it's very reasonable to be able to take them inside and not expect them to be locked outside. Like, it's not a whole-ass bike, you know? Like, it's literally the size of a suitcase. How there's suitcases that are bigger. So when you see that, you have to, like, take that into consideration. And most reasonable people look at it and have a reasonable response. You don't like, hey, don't ride in here, but as long as you don't ride in here and you keep it next to you, you don't leave it somewhere in the mall, it's fine for now.